Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Deus Ex Human Revolution. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today in the Alice Gardens pods. It's a place. It's a place where people live, and we have My Diary by Shou Jiang. I'm so tired of this place, day in, day out, solving problems for a bunch of whiny losers. Quote, fix my sink, unquote, quote, unblock my toilet, unquote. I'll tell you dumbasses what. Don't flush dope baggies and bottle caps down the John, and it won't overflow. I did a graduate degree in engineering, capital E, for this. I've just got to get out of this place. This shitty hotel is really getting me down. All I've got to do is save enough money to get out of here, and I'll never have to see this place again. 2 more years, that's it. And then I'm gone. It'll be goodbye Lower Hengsha, hello sunshine and fresh air, because, you know, we're in a lower city. Wait, I just now realized Lower Hengsha literally means that's the lower part. Hengsha is not just a lower city, it's curious. You'd think that they would just give it different names, but, yeah, Lower and Upper Hengsha. Had to fix Deng's front door again. This makes the 3rd time in 2 weeks. He keeps coming home drunk, unable to find his keys, and then kicks the door in. This place is driving me nuts. I cannot wait to get out. My god, this person really doesn't like their job. We got a computer that we need to hack. We read this thing already last episode. I'm gonna hack this thing over here as well. We don't have a code, but, you know, that's the fun part. Okay, we're gonna go that way. We're gonna get a little bit of spam over here, and I started off with a lower thing. Oh, that's actually kind of a nasty start. I think we're gonna be fine. No, we're not.
Access granted.
I missed something over there. That's a shame. That's a shame. You know what? Let's do it like this. We got that.
Access granted.
And we got more things. Also, just some money in there. That's good enough. That's pretty good. So we're not supposed to go over here because people get really, really upset about me being here. So let's not be there. Okay. Fortunately, I don't need to sneak and crouch all the time. Let's see what this computer has for us. 2 things for me. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Let's start over there because that one is going to be captured pretty fast. Let's start with that over there. I'm going to need a stop most likely. No,
Access granted.
I needed a stop and a nuke. Yeah, that was fine. That was fine. Mr. Chow, this is the 3rd time that I have noticed trash piling up in the corridor outside pod 222. Mr. Shu's lack of courtesy towards the other guests in this hotel is horrendous, and only likely to get worse if management, namely you, with double dashes all over, doesn't do something about it. Do you want your establishment to get a reputation as being a rat hole? If you do not rectify the situation soon, I will be forced to take my complaint to the authorities. And I am quite sure that several of your clients and business partners will not appreciate seeing armed soldiers patrolling in here. Sincerely, Louis Changshang, Pod 232. And then we have more emails. Wait. This is the incoming. Yeah, all of these are incoming. Joe, make sure 301 gets whatever the fuck he wants. Boys, girls, internet, access, soda noodles, or the fucking moon. Our LP brothers have got big plans for him in HK. That's Hong Kong, I assume. Which means we need to keep him... Also, what is LP, I wonder? Either way, we need to keep him happy until we slip him in onto their ship. After that, there is their problem. Mr. Shou, this is a lease extension. I don't know what's going on with that construction permit, but it looks like I will be forced to extend my stay here by yet another 3 months. I simply don't understand what's happening on Shuigo Plaza. When I put my down payment in, they promised me the new condos would be ready by spring. Can somebody cut through all this bureaucracy and jumpstart the building efforts? At least I have you to thank for your understanding and patience. The last thing I need to worry about right now is being thrown out on the streets. And then we have attention, dear sir, attention, the president/CEO. Oh, it's probably scam. Urgent response needed. Yeah, that's definitely scam. Oh my god, that's enormous. Let's see, just, I have the privilege to request for your assistance to transfer the sum of a bunch of money, and they require, like, a down payment for that, and then that's the, like, I don't understand how people can fall for that, honestly, because it's like, you need to pay money? No, I don't pay money. No, I don't do that. But, yeah, also, you know, paying money. Have trouble paying in advance for, like, used things that I buy. And I sometimes do that, like, buying used stuff and just paying in advance. Oh, this place, I remember this place. This is pretty cool. Excuse me. So sorry, you cannot go this way, and I am very busy. Very comprehensive in his apology.
Jensen, I was on my way out.
What are you doing here, Malik? I told you I got this one.
I know, I didn't do anything. Trust me, Van Bruggen's all yours.
Hang on a second. Something's wrong. What is it? Why are you here?
It's nothing. I mean, can't a girl have secrets?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's think of. I've been relatively lucky in figuring which one it is that we're supposed to say. So, but the thing is, I never am 100% sure. So she said, "Can't a girl have secrets?" So she's being like playful. She's being like coy, obviously on the face of it. But what does that mean? What is? Because the way this works is actually a little bit counterintuitive. Because it's not her. It's not how you'd work with somebody who is being playful. It's rather what she's trying to say to you. So the tease would work well. So you're sort of like, it's unintuitive because you're not supposed to counter what she's doing. You're supposed to go along with what she's doing, and that happened well, the only time we've done this is in this Let's Play is in the very first encounter that we had this sort of dialogue. So I assume it's this one. The line right there, "keep it together," is weird, but I think that's you know, it's weirdly explained. And anyway, I think I'm correct. Let's go with a tease here and see what happens.
Sure. Makes them more interesting that way. But when the girl is my pilot and my only ticket out of here, I prefer a more open relationship.
Good point.
Glad you agree. But you still haven't answered the question.
Fine, since you're so damn curious. Years ago, I used to live here, remember? My friend, my best friend, Evelyn. She was like a sister to me. Made living here fun. But then there was an accident. She's dead.
I'm sorry, Malik.
Wait, Jensen, let me finish. I thought I was okay with it, but I know she didn't just die. She was killed. Murdered. Her damn scumbag boyfriend did it. I know he did. I knew he was trouble right from the start, but she just wouldn't listen to me.
Malik, easy. If your friend was murdered, the police would have suspected something. They would have investigated.
That's just it. There was no investigation. They said she fell down a flight of stairs like it was some kind of freak accident. But her wounds, the way she died, they don't add up. It's right here in the damn blood spatter analysis.
Blood spatter? You've seen the police report?
Yes. A friend left a copy of it in a pod here for me to pick up. Listen, I know it sounds crazy, but I think there's been a cover-up. I just have to prove it. If I could get my hands on the autopsy report, the one that never surfaced, I know I'd get the truth. Except...
Why do I suspect I'm about to get dragged into something?
Look, Jensen, I'm sorry. I know Van Bruggen is the priority here, and I told you it was my business and I could take care of it. It's just... The more I think about it, the more I realize I'm in over my head. I'm just a pilot. I'm not a damn cop. But I need to know the truth.
It's weird. I mean, in this setting, it isn't as weird as you'd expect. Well, actually, in real life, it wouldn't be. But she's literally military. She's freaking Air Force. What do you mean you're just a pilot? You're a freak. That's weird. Also, she says, I know it sounds crazy, but there's been a cover-up. What? That a man murdered a woman and he didn't get arrested or even investigated? Oh, tell me it isn't so. I mean, even if you don't play or even if you don't draw upon the genders of the victim or purported victim in purported, I suppose, what's the opposite of victim? Perpetrator. Let's go with that. I mean, crazy in a cover-up in a Deus Ex game? It's just weird. She said it like that, and I find it very weird on so many levels. But it was good that I didn't do that. I wonder if she would detect it. Because she probably would, actually. And be like, wait, why are you using that? And I'm pretty sure she would say that because the little signs didn't show up again. And it is possible that any of the 3 options would have gotten us somewhere. And the test was really whether we used our thingy up here or we just went with it. So, let's ask about things.
Why do you suspect Evelyn's boyfriend had something to do with her death?
Because he was poison, right from the start. Born into money and influence, but never once assuming responsibility for anything. I don't think he's worked an honest day in his life.
So he was a wealthy, pig-headed asshole. If that was reason enough to accuse someone of murder, half the world would be in the pen.
No, there's more to it than that. He's known for violent outbursts, domestic altercations. He nearly killed a kid over some stupid gambling feud. The problem is, his family made him untouchable, even to the police.
And Evelyn was okay with all of this?
She always tried to see the good in people, give him the benefit of the doubt. You could say that's just being naive or even stupid, but I think she was just innocent.
Potato, potato.
You said you've seen the police report. Who gave it to you?
An old friend who was also a good friend of Evelyn's. He used to work for the Shanghai PD. He left a copy of it along with a few other things concerning Evelyn in a pod here for me to look at. He also left some instructions on how to contact someone at Lim for the autopsy report he's convinced was intentionally buried.
Why would Lim have anything to do with Evelyn's autopsy report?
Well, if you haven't noticed, the Chinese government has been outsourcing branches of its public services for years. Bell Tower polices the streets, and nowadays Lim does more than just cosmetic surgery. They're often contracted for special cases like Evelyn's.
And what made Evelyn's case so special, you think?
Her boyfriend, Lee. He was at the scene. He had Evelyn's blood on him and tested positive for alcohol and drugs in his system. With his rap sheet, it wasn't looking good for him. But his family, they're on a lot of boards with deep pockets and a lot of reach. They wouldn't suffer the embarrassment of having their son indicted on a suspected murder charge.
The game is sort of carrying all the weight here for the quest. So I guess we're just being told what she thinks is gonna happen. I mean, there's a lot of moving cogs in this plot over here, and I'm sure it's not gonna be all clear cut like this. But you know, it's just sort of like there's no real there's no real room for drawing conclusions in advance. Is what I'm saying.
Tell me about Evelyn.
She was beautiful, carefree, loved to have a good time. I met her during my internship for a private transportation and logistics firm here in Shanghai. She was a great pilot, too. Knew how to feel the currents, to push the bird just so. Too bad her talents for reading the wind didn't translate to reading guys.
How so?
She was always getting into trouble with the wrong crowds. And it always had to do with some boy. She knew I didn't like him. Her boyfriend at the time, Lee. It drove a wedge between us, and when we parted ways, it wasn't amicable.
I understand.
She was a good girl, Jensen. She deserved better.
If I didn't know better, I'd say she had a crush on her all along. But, So I asked about, was that about in details? What's the difference? We don't know. Oh, right.
This autopsy report. Once you got your hands on it, what were you planning on doing next?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm a pilot, not a cop. But I felt I had to do something while I had the chance. Maybe once you get the report and we know what it says, we can improvise.
Okay, I'll help. What do you need me to do?
My lead, he works for Lim. He's a systems technician who apparently has access to their entire database. He's willing to hand over a copy of Evelyn's autopsy report.
So you want me to meet him and get the report? Is that it?
Yes, but he'll only respond to a certain phrase. Death and life have their determined appointments. To which he'll reply, riches and honors depend upon heaven.
Christ, Malik, this is starting to sound like something out of a bad spy movie.
I know. He's just trying to protect himself. I didn't pick the damn quote. So just play along and remember the line, okay? You'll find him inside the lobby of the Lower Hengsha Lim Clinic.
Does this guy have a name?
None that I know of. But he apparently goes by the handle Anonymous X. I know.
Anonymous X. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, before I forget, everything concerning Evelyn's incident, newspaper articles, the police report, Lim details, it's all inside pod 009 here in the hotel. You should read over everything if you can.
Pod 9. Got it.
I need to go. Contact me with any updates and... Thank you. I really appreciate this, Jensen.
I wonder if Anonymous X shows up in the original Deus Ex. Because I think he does. And I think that's a reference to the original game. But I forget. There's some later game characters that I just don't remember at all. Because they're... I mean, I recall meeting them. They're, you know... There's some minor characters later in the game, in the first Deus Ex, that are... They're there. And you just sort of... Yeah. Specifically in Paris. So, oh, we have a television set. This is bad news.
You know where I can find some goods?
Some goods? Do you know? Do you find some goods? Oh yeah, I got this friend that sells salt pepper by the pound, and that's goods. Can I disable the things? No, it's the radio. Oh, I thought it was a television set. No, it's definitely a television set. It's Picus. I can hear Cassandra Lamandra. Hugh Darrow. Hello, sir. You want something? Have a look around. I am having a look around. I think a little bit too around. Oh, television sets that are not on. Or, I mean, they're all... That's not a thing that happens anymore in the real world. I don't think it is. Is it? Do you get static in modern set television? I don't think you do. Because static only applies to analog signal. And no, there's no more analog signal in new televisions. We got the modified. That's the that's the thing. I don't remember the name of the thing. Dragon something. The big company here in Shanghai. Excuse me, sir. Best in the city, I promise you. All these people can't be wrong. They cannot be wrong. Are you Oh, it's probably not Cassandra Lamandra. So we have access to the upper levels from here, and I think...
They're involved in prostitution.
I think... Oh.
I know this is not exactly a 5-star hotel, but if people want escorts, they can go to the Honghua.
Okay, where are sign?
I'm not sure. I caught the conversation in the middle. I think he was asking for where to find some sex workers. You want something? Have a look around, they say. Okay, what was that? No, that's just a civilian. Okay, so these people don't want to talk to me. Let me just check back here, because you never know. And what do you know? Armor-piercing system. That sounds interesting. Let's, we can't combine. That's a shame, because we don't have the weapons that thing goes into. Excuse me. Just civilians. You want to do that because you never know. Where are we? 15 through 26. Section 0. And yeah, these are where people... You're not paying attention to your game, sir. That's why you lost. Because he was looking at me. It's where people sleep. It's the pods. It's the thing that I was talking about before. And some people playing... What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar with Chinese traditional things. Maybe that is not one of those traditional ones. Ooh, we got money. Let me go in here. Yeah, nobody's gonna see me. Pocket secretary. Actually, that is important. No, that's not the right button. This is the right button. Fly Girl, the limb contact has agreed to meet you tonight. I don't know how large or small this window of opportunity is or how long it will remain open to us, but it's the only thing we have to go on. Hopefully we can trust him. He holds the biggest piece of this puzzle. I'm sorry I can't be of any more help. That's the wrong anymore. Help on this. As much as it pains me to see Lee walk, my hands are tied. If my supervisor found out I was even talking about this, he'd have my badge. I've attached a copy of the police report filed on the night of the incident. The original transcript has been practically gutted by IID, as you will no doubt see. The autopsy report should help fill in the blanks. P.S. You owe me a pocket secretary. And then, incident. 23-year-old Caucasian female, DOA from dead on arrival, I suppose, from probable fall downstairs. Only witness his boyfriend, who was found at the scene. Victims, Evelyn Carmichael. Injuries sustained, severe head trauma, cranial lacerations, internal bleeding, swelling, likely cause of death. And then suspects, Li Hong. Details on citation needed wait, that's not what citation needed is. Who wrote this? Who doesn't know what citation needed means? on to be, like, what this means is on unknown, not available. We don't know where the details, because you know, it's just citation needed is when you say on, I don't know, New York or in New York, and it's citation needed. You need to cite that, but this is not a scientific paper. You don't need to cite things. Either way, at approximately 23:49 hours, whatever, 23:49. It's not hours if you have that, unless I'm really mistaken. So it's not 2349 hours. It's 23:49. Personnel from the LHPF responded to that's the police department, I think, to a distress call from suspect number 209, Lee Hong, transcript recording 209E11. Upon arrival at the scene, the responding officer witnessed victim 594 EC Evelyn Carmichael on the ground near freaking hell. The victim was unresponsive. First response EMT unit on the scene pronounced victim deceased at 0002 hours. The victim was transported to somewhere for further evaluation. Suspect wearing a shirt covered in what appeared to be the victim's blood was questioned by responding officer Sergeant Major, I assume. Suspect. Wait, what? Sergeant Maggi? Yeah, Sergeant Maggi. Suspect was visibly distressed, claiming victim had been drinking prior to the incident and had fallen. Citation needed, a bunch of other things. Suspect was tested, confirming suspicion of intoxication. Suspect was then detained and transported to somewhere for further questioning after EMT unit cleared him for release. Suspect later claimed incident occurred moments before the call to the emergency number, roughly between some time. Further screening and urinalyses, or analysis of the pee, revealed narcotic element EXD9 in suspect's system. Suspect remained in custody until a bunch of time and before being released. Forensic evidence at the scene turned up inconclusive data to support suspect's claim. Blood spatter analysis concluded that while blood cast-off patterns matched those of a fall, there was no evidence of a low to medium velocity impact spatter to match the victim's wound and the probable cause of death: blunt force head trauma and intracranial hemorrhaging. Further investigations into the case are suspended until post-mortem evaluation and autopsy is concluded at a bunch of time. Pending further evidence, a bunch from somewhere, suspect is cleared of prosecution, formal charges, or otherwise by order of attorney. So the attorney, the lawyer, gives an order about that. Anyway, we have rooftop pitfalls claim another. Evelyn Carmichael, a young woman in her early 20s, became one of the latest victims claimed by the deadly Yaozhou rooftops that have authorities... That is not even... It was just stairs. That have authorities clamoring for stricter safety regulations and zoning permits. Sources close to the victim say Evelyn had been out celebrating with her boyfriend before the incident occurred. A witness whose identity was not released claims she slipped and fell while descending one of the many staircases that connects the Yaozhou and Kuaigan rooftops with Pandang streets below. Police believe alcohol or drugs may have influenced the fatal accident, but officials claim the tragedy could have been avoided entirely if laws were different. With elections just around the corner, Evelyn's death will no doubt spark a host of new debates and controversy concerning citywide safety regulations. Rooftop-related injuries and deaths have steadily risen in the last 5 years as I choke on my own frogs on my throat, and make up for over 60% of all recorded accidental fatalities each year. So somebody was doing investigations on things. What do we have? I see that. There was some... It's just the ebook. Why is it showing over there? It's just a weird thing. That is pod number 9, indeed. So that's it. That's what we came here for. Excuse me. Are you looking for something? She asks. I was looking for something. Well, actually, I'm looking for money in there, because if you have money, I'll take it. You know how it goes. Speaking of which, they don't even care. It's fair enough. You can see people in there, by the way. I definitely remember. Yeah, look at that. Look at that person. They're reading or playing video games. Okay. We got something else over here. Yeah, more of that. Let's see what we have over here. How to win at Mahjong. The basics. It's 3 pages of that. You can pause the video if you want to read that. I'd better just watch some YouTube videos, because it's better that way. Okay, Eliza Kassan, that's the words, not Eliza Majanga, or how I said it before. What do we have over here? There it is. Thank you very much for, that's definitely mine. What is it? Stop bothering me, he says. Fair enough. So these are just little beds. With very, very tiny shoes. I think those shoes are way too tiny for people. I wonder if these were shrunk, as in the models of the place. I can't understand you. You don't have subtitles. They are working girls.
You come to Hangsha for a good time? Here I am.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Time. Haha, best jokes. I have the best jokes. I don't even know what you're talking about. Got some one wine. Civilian. Not working girl, naturally. Because the working girls are not civilians. It's a weird distinction. But then again, you know, they need to call them something.
I know what you have in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw you with ferret in your shirt the other day. You know pets are not allowed in hotel.
That's not true!
I tell Mr. Chow if you not get rid of it.
You're a very mean lady.
Well, do you have a ferret? He's got some amplifiers back there. I think. Potentially. It's like sound equipment, isn't it? Can I go in? Thank you. Yeah. It's just all the same, though. That's a printer, maybe, and a laptop? Television? Yeah, I don't know what these are. They're like server racks, potentially. I don't know. Either way. Moving on. Oh, not moving on at all. There's more things over here. Including another pocket secretary. I can just press tab. That's the easy one. This message has not been sent. Dearest wife, I cannot take it any longer. I cannot go on living in this cramped, tiny place. I cannot keep pretending that my life will get better and you and I will be reunited. My will and determination to fight have left me. I have reached the end of the line, but I feel peace and calm. I am grateful that I can now go to sleep. I do not feel guilt ending a life which no longer holds any hope. Physically and emotionally, I am defeated and unable to cope. Please tell the children that I love them. My love for you and for them will never falter. By the time you read this, I will have disappeared from your lives. The streets of Angsha will be the last place anyone will ever see me. Yes. Be brave. I will see you on the other side. Fuhua. I suspect that is just a suicide note that wasn't, because it wasn't specifically marked as not sent. I think it's just, you know, somebody thinking of ending their life. So it's just to reinforce the pretty obvious, which is that these these accommodations are absolutely horrible. What do we have over here? Excuse me. Money? No money. There's more. There's 3 different areas on each level. I think there's more upstairs. We're gonna visit all of them. Okay, nothing over there. Ooh, you got barriers and sofas back here. Dude.
你想要什么，老外？
What do you want, foreigner? Oh, I want your money. That guy is... Oh, that's probably why he's got barriers.
在吗？
Wait, how'd you... Why'd you put the sofa over there if... Like, how do you get back there, then? I mean, you don't, naturally, but still. Beer. It's not mine, but I'll take it. I'm mostly looking for things to read. That's, you know... I'm not gonna lie. And... Oh, also chocolates. I will want some chocolates. Stun gun darts, it's not too bad. Electrogravitic technology applications from the technology demonstration lecture presented to the United States Air Force in August 2015 by Dr. Hugh Darrow of Darrow Industries. Based on an immature design of Russian origin, we've been looking at this technology as an applicable functionality for enhanced human subsystems in the military arena. While it isn't a substitute for an actual, quote, physical, unquote, descent system, such as a fast rope or parafoil, the electrogravity generator is now at a level of intricacy whereby we can implant it in a human being. That's what we have for when we fall. The core unit, the generator module, and powertrain is fusion bonded to bone at the base of the implantee's spine, and a distributed mix of dermal sensors and monitoring fibers in the inner ear work with a built-in accelerometer to activate it in a pulse phase mode with the implantee's body, or if the implantee's body enters a state of uncontrolled fall for more than a couple of seconds. With practice, skilled operators have been able to drop from heights ranging from beyond 30 feet to upwards of 100 feet with zero fall trauma. You can understand why we nicknamed this the, quote, bungee, unquote, cord in R&D. No, I can't actually, because bungee cords they're not. It's not. It's a parachute. It's a freaking parachute. It's a parachute. Come on, it's not a bungee cord at all. We got another pocket secretary over here. Let's see what we have. My dearest Wen, this message has not been sent either. I'm having a nice time on my business trip. Australia is wonderful. Someday you will come with me and I can show you the sights of Melbourne. I miss you very much and I wish I could be home with you and your mother in Hangsha. But I have a duty to fulfill and I must stay out on the road for a little while longer. I hope you are behaving for your mother and you're behaving for your mother and that you are helping her around the house. The hotel I am staying at is big and beautiful. The people are so glamorous. I feel so common among them. I do not yet know when I will be coming home, but when I do, I will bring you gifts for being such a good girl. Lots of love, your father. And obviously the implication there is that that is not the case, that they're in Australia. Ooh, there's vents. That's good news. They're actually here in Lower Hangsha. And the girl is in Hangsha. We don't know if it's Upper Hangsha, but it could be. And they have just literally fallen on you know, hard times and all that. But we're out of time for the day, so for right now, I'm Carolina RPG, and this has been Deus Ex Human Revolution. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.